Hi chaps, thanks for checking out the video. I'm just going to be keeping it quite simple today and looking at three methods of tuning the guitar. Beginner's method, an intermediate method and an advanced method. But it should be said that the beginner's method is not only used by beginners and doesn't necessarily need to be, and that same applies for the other three. However, there are some techniques required for the second and third methods that beginners may not be familiar with. So why am I doing this? Well, during this period of uncertainty, we're all kind of taking a lot of online lessons, teaching a lot of online lessons, and rather than wasting time tuning the guitars together, you can use this video to tune your own guitar, help you tune your own guitar before your lesson starts. Or if you are a teacher, feel free to share this video with your pupils so that they know how to tune. Now obviously you can use a tuner or tuner pedal or the clip-on tuners or the apps, and they're great, but the way I'm going to show you helps you to use your ears, and it will train your ears and your pitch recognition skills to do that. So the first thing you want to do is find a low E, so the E that is two E's below middle C if you have a piano. Now if you don't have a piano, it doesn't actually matter. Here is an E, right, that's the E in question, but the methods that I'm going to show you to tune your guitar are kind of tuning the guitar to itself. So it's not necessarily going to be 100% concert pitch, but it will sound fine with itself. So if it comes to your guitar lessons, of course, you can tweak if you're slightly flat, slightly sharp, whatever. Anyway, here's your E. So method one, this is what we call the fifth fret method. I'm going to, having tuned this string, I'm going to play the fifth fret on that low E string. And then I'm going to play the open A string, and I want these notes to match. So hopefully you can hear that my open A string is slightly flat. Okay, so I'm going to tighten it. Alright, so which direction to turn it kind of doesn't matter, you'll find out. Just turn it. If you're making it worse, turn it the other way. If you're making it better, keep going. Simple as that. Okay, that's about right. Move on to the next string, exactly the same thing. Fifth fret should match the open D. So that was slightly sharp. Okay, same thing again. So the G was well out, as always. Okay, now here's where it changes. When we get onto the G string, you need to use the fourth fret, and the open B string should match that. Okay, and then we go back to the fifth fret, crucially. Okay, so quick recap then. Basically you've tuned the low E string, then you use the fifth fret and match the next string to the fifth fret of the one you've just tuned. And then you get to the fourth fret when you use the G string, and then back to the fifth. Bingo, your guitar is in standard tuning. Okay, so that's that. That's kind of your beginner's method. Now, you might find that you struggle to hear the differences in pitch initially, especially if you are actually a beginner, and that's fine. The more we do this, the quicker you'll get. You're training your ear to hear these sometimes very small differences in pitch, which could only be a good thing as a musician. So that's great. Okay, method two, harmonics, right? So you need to be able to know how to do harmonics, hence why I've called this the intermediate method. So once you've tuned the open E string, play the fifth fret harmonic on that string, and then the seventh fret harmonic on the A string, and they ought to match. Simple as that. This is a slightly more precise way of tuning than using the fifth fret. Okay, same again, fifth fret on the A string, seventh fret on the D string. And And same again, 5th fret harmonic on the D string, 7th fret harmonic on the G string. Now here, again it changes because there is no, the 5th fret harmonic on the G string will not match the 7th fret harmonic on the B string if you're in tune, because of the interval has changed, the relationship between the two string pitches. So we're just going to use the 4th fret as we did before, and then back to the harmonics. Alright, so ever so slightly more precise, but the 5th fret method is still perfectly valid. Okay, moving on to the final method, the third method. This is the quirky one, because the guitar is built the way it is and relies on equal temperament. Actually, it can never be perfectly in tune. So what we're actually aiming for is to try and get the guitar to sound equally out of tune. And that is achieved, or can be achieved, in this way, which I learned at music college from one of the lecturers, I forget who, and I'm fairly sure they mentioned they picked it up from Eric Johnson. And we all know he's pretty pedantic when it comes to things like tuning and tone and things like that. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do this time is tune the G string. So let's say it's in tune, which it should be from the other two methods that we've just done. You're going to then find all the G's, hence this being the advanced method, all the G's on every other string and tune them accordingly. So obviously we've got the 5th fret, so that's fine. And then we can play the G on the B string. There's something stuck to my plectrum. Okay, and then so then you've got a guitar that should be, I'm going to say perfectly in tune, but as close to being perfectly in tune as a guitar can ever be. Hope that's helpful. If you like it, share it. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and pass it around your mates. And if you don't like it, find another video. Don't feel the need to tell me in the comments. Alright, take care. See you next time.